C'est chaud. Il suis chaud. Bien joué, mon tifo.
Il y a les défis. Bah ouais, tu vas à la discothèque. Ah, tu vas te faire discothèque dans la tête. Un KO. Ouais, je l'ai niqué aussi. Hein. Alors. Putain, j'avais plus de balles dans le compte, je suis dégoûté. Et là, c'est pas le yeah. Oh là là, on a niqué 3, c'est pute là. Il y en a un autre qui arrive. Il arrive par là où on est. Fils de pute. Ah, c'est pas grave, hein. J'ai essayé. Et Manekao. Bon, mais 3 kills, ça va. Début de game, 3 kills. C'est encore. J'ai fait mon ratio. J'ai combien de ratio? Parce que là, je suis dans une partie à 9 kills, une partie à 3. coup, il a rien compté encore. Et du coup, il en manque un, là, on a tué 7. Normalement, il en manque un. Après, c'était des tunnels de 2-3. Fais gaffe, je crois qu'il y a du monde qui est à la flèche, ils vont pas tarder à vous tomber sur le rab là. Ouais, la zone aussi, vous êtes super loin par contre. Bon, c'est la petite pause, faut les bouffer. On revient après. Je vais quitter le groupe. Hop. Je vais balancer mon stream en attendant.
Line for the chase run.
So we see an incomplete, seems like a mechanical for Hilbrun. He shuts it down early on. Forrest Wang does not have to complete his run because the lead car had the major mistake. We are not seeing Hilbrun pull back up. And sometimes this is a great opportunity for those drivers that are competing in their pro vehicles to get some track time. You know, I mean, or just in general, getting familiar not only with their own with their pro vehicle, but just getting more track time, more seat time.
Yeah, and how often do you get to drift downtown Long Beach at nighttime?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking over there. Sorry, I wasn't ignoring you, Ryan.
That's
Just
fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't flex when I touch you either. It just makes you seem really strong and resilient. But overhearing Alex Hilbrun's spotter over here, and he is saying that they're done. He gave the
Universal sign.
the universal throat chop sign, and he says we're done. So Forrest Wang will have a bye run, one and done there for Hilbrun, or I should say one more time and then a half, and then that Forrest Wang will advance on with this bye run, his Vape Tasia Achilles tire S14. Everybody Wang Chung tonight as he advances on. We will see a repeat of Wang and Peter, but that is not in the finals. So we have our final four set. It will be Trenton Beecham versus JTP, Justin Pollock, and then Forrest Wang, who will have his bye run right now against Peter Visick. And seems I'm seeing a lot of yellow flags out here, and you can see our officials. This is not a, do we have a streaker? I think it's a streaker. He's streaking. But he has all his clothes on, so this isn't really necessarily streaking. He found his Metallica tape out on the track. Ride the Lightning was out there. He wanted to make sure he had it, wanted to save it. Yeah. Yep. Little debris. Little debris on the track. So Forrest Wang's bye run. Make some noise for him. Vape Tasia, Achilles tires, S14 will advance on a little solo celebratory run into that touch and go. Bloop, bloop, G. Give me that banana. Boom. All up in that second outer zone. Getting his way with the course. He's going to need to bring it. He's going against the repeat customer of Peter Vincic. It is a return affair for Peter versus Wang. Beecham versus JTP. Claims. Double Mustangs, double hangs. Oh, wow. So, again, Peter Vincent guaranteed a podium. He drew the number 3 straw. He is the highest qualifier out of the Final Four. He's guaranteed, at minimum, 3rd place. But, of course, seeing how he performed earlier today, last night, he's kind of the guy to beat. But he's going against Wang. Wang wants some redemption here from last night. All right, the tires are warm. We are beginning our Final Four, the top 4. Justin Pollock in his Falcon tires, a Ford Mustang. Roush Performance, Ford Star wheels on the corners. And Trenton Beecham, Nexon tires, Roush Performance, Ford Mustang. Basically the Jedi versus the Padawan, as Justin Pollock has helped Trenton Beecham along the way in certain aspects, but right now, that's all out the window. We are ready to send it for our first battle of the Final Four. JTP, Justin Pollock, will be out front. Trenton Beecham in that chase position. What do we got? You can see those red lights illuminating right between the cars. They'll extinguish. Send it. Here we go. JTP, Trenton Beecham. Pollock initiating quickly. Right to angle, very quick. See him getting out to that touch and go. Trenton Beecham struggling to get out to that first outer zone. Justin Pollock executing very well. Could be deeper on that second outer zone, but just saving his vehicle. Trenton Beecham, a major mistake there, unfortunately for him, approaching that final front clip. Justin Pollock with a major advantage. Ryan Sage.
Yeah, it's going to be an incomplete, most likely here for Trenton Beecham. Watch this initiation here from Justin Pollock, and then right in the background you can see Beecham lose his angle there, kind of has to reinitiate. Now, that was pretty much borderline, I think, but could be justified as an incomplete. But certainly here, as we get towards the end of the track, watch Beecham as he comes through outside zone 2, tries to transition back around, is not able to hold the angle, and then basically went straight there and also into opposite drift. So that'll be an incomplete for Trenton Beecham, and we'll have Justin Pollock now chasing him down here to find out who moves on into the next battle.
How we doing out there, Rusty? Just want to send a shout out to you, buddy. Thanks for joining us out here as we are again now going to alternate the order. Trenton Beecham. Beecham will now lead. Pollock will give chase, and this is where Justin Pollock needs to tread lightly. As going against Beecham, you saw he had that major mistake. Doesn't want to get into the side of the vehicle. Going to play it safe, or is he going to apply the pressure? He's going to turn it up to 11. That's right, bro. And away they go from the start line. Who's going to the finals? Is the Final Four as Beecham and Pollock. Beecham initiates into that first corner, get all the way out to that touch and go. Beecham is not backing down. What does he have to lose? He gets into the wall. Beecham, Pollock is right there. Approaching that final clip, you got to keep in mind, Beecham has that incomplete run. Pollock making his presence felt. All signs are saying JTP Justin Pollock.
Strong, heroic effort there by Trenton Beecham, but with that incomplete, it's going to be too little too late. You can see he initiates here, gets back on throttle, has to make a few corrections there right after initiation. Justin Pollock not letting him get away, giving himself a decent distance to attack here. Starting to close the door. Beecham wraps around this last inside clip, leaves the door open there for Justin Pollock. He closes it even further, and that's icing on the cake there as Justin Pollock will move on to the finals.
All right, so JTP is in the finals. All right, so again, show of hands, how many people were here last night? All right, so a few hands. How many people first time seeing drifting? Make some noise. All right, Trent Beecham, slide him left for Beecham, right for Pollock. We know the answer. JTP, Justin Pollock is in the finals. So for those of you that have seen tonight, even last night, Forrest Wang, he pilots the Forest Green Vaptasia Achilles Tire S14. And then Peter Visick, he is warming up the Wordhouse Drift Team Falcon Tires S15. So I'm going to ask you, who are you pulling for? Where are my Forrest Wang fans at? Where are you at? Where are my Peter Visick fans at? Where are my drifting fans at? Yeah, okay, so collectively, let's see you shred, bro. Come on, shred it, bro. Hashtag FD, Formula D, FDX5. That stands for 15 years of Formula Drift competition at Formula D. Tag at Motegi Racing, as well as at Toyota LBGP, as in the Toyota Long Beach Grand Prix. Here we go, the other side of the bracket. Who's going against JTP in the finals? Peter from Poland or Forrest from Hawaii? Peter initiates, out to the touch and go. Forrest going deeper than Peter, but does not get out to that first outer zone in the toe. Peter using all of the course, executing flawlessly like a surgeon, but Forrest Wang, really good chase job from him, but he knew he had to show up because Peter has just been performing surgery on this track. Ryan?
Yeah, and this is the first time I think Peter takes a slightly different line. Looks like he goes a little bit later into the touch and go. Let's take a look here. You can see he's right back on throttle. Typically gets out of the touch and go about there, but a little bit longer. And you can see as he moves back around to that first outside zone, Forrest Wang is about a car length back. Now he's starting to close the door through the smoke line. Forrest Wang up on the inside right there. Great job by both competitors. And again, a great start here to find out who's going to be moving on into the finals against Justin Pollock.
We got to turn it up. We got my main man down here, Flavor Flav. I'm just going to call him Flavor Flav. I don't even know his real name, but he is always here cranking beers and cranking a good time. He's hyped for it. So as we are now seeing Forrest Wang. Oh, they're raging over there. Yeah, look at that. Got disco lights, Ryan. Look at all the parties going on in the towers. I know my boy Mark's over there in this tower. He's sending me videos and photos and saying, that was a close one, man. That was a good one. Here we go, Forrest Wang. Peter Visick. Whoa, doctor, look at that. Peter having to back down a little bit, but Forrest Wang gets to that first outer zone. Are we going to see a one more time battle, or is Peter going to make his presence felt? Flawless run from Forrest Wang. Everybody on their feet. Peter Visick shores up. Both these guys, Ryan, I mean,
I don't know.
Which way is the needle going, man?
Maybe a couple mistakes from Peter this time. Usually he gets right in the pocket right here and then never wavers. But you can see right there he had to back off. He lost a little bit of angle here. Forrest gets out to that touch and go. Great job by Forrest in that first outside zone. Peter surging forward. Now watch here on the transition back around. If the lights don't mess up the smoke here, Peter's going to just not get to angle on that transition as quickly as he could have. And this may be one of those situations where we have a battle that is too close to call, but it will be in the judges' hands after this point. Let's take a look at the lead run here from Peter. We saw that he went a little bit deeper or a little bit later in that touch and go. Forrest maybe a little bit more separation here. So both drivers making a couple mistakes here, even though it was a very, very fun battle to watch. And now it's in the judges' hands to find out who's going to the finals.
All right, so as we are waiting for the judges' verdict, where am I? Oh, we're hearing the fans chant one more time. What do you guys think? Check, 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 check. Went out. The fans are hearing one more time. I can't hear you. Look, even the security guard's hyping you up right now. Look at this guy. Look, the security guy's asking for you. Look at. Are you not entertained? Make some noise, Long Beach. Feedback. Hot Mike, this guy, just one more time. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him run again. I think it's fair. I think, you know, they both drove aggressively, but you know, I'd like to see him go again. Slide him left for Forrest Wang. Slide him right for Peter Visick. Ryan, Andy, and Brian say. Ryan says one more time. Andy and Brian say. Brian says Forrest Wang. And Andy says, one more time. Meh, meh, meh. Piano Cat was impressed with that one. That was a good one. Are you now entertained? Right after this short commercial break, we'll be back with more Formula Drift action here at the Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. Here's a message from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll see Forrest Wang and Peter Visick from Poland do battle here on the streets of Long Beach when we come back. Ideally went 32, a couple vehicles couldn't show up, but it was right there looming in the shadows, a different perspective as compared to last weekend. We did it during the daytime, and now the lights are going to play a significant role, Ryan, getting blinded out. What do you say, Long Beach?
Well, let's take a look at this here, Jared. You can see Justin coming down as a lead driver. Nice initiation there. Forrest Wang diving in right there, trying to close that door. But look at this first outer zone. Great job right there, nearly rubbing the bumper up against that wall, filling that second outer zone, but Forrest is sticking it to him, staying close there, wrapping back around to this last inside clip, and you can see just how much smoke is on track, visually impaired up here from this perspective. Yeah. But now they'll mix things up as Forrest Wang will go to the lead position and Justin Pollock will chase him down.
So what'd you guys think out there? Did you like that? You sticking around? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. A beautiful evening. TGIFD. Thank goodness it's Formula Drift. Now, as Ryan said, for your first timers out here, Forrest Wang will now lead in that Vapetasia Achilles Tires S14. Justin Pollock will now chase him down in the Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. Forrest Wang known for his big style, big lip on the wheels, and slammed out stance. Here we go, Forrest Wang. See if he's got the speed. Can Justin Pollock hunt him down? Forrest Wang, nice big angle there. Looks like JTP gets checked up a little bit, gets lost in the smoke. As Forrest, look at this, again, the other competitor, woo! Ryan, the other competitor that we just, it wasn't brought to our attention until just the previous run, is that smoke in the lights. That's going to play a role.
Yeah, absolutely here. Let's take a look at Forrest initiation. Justin, big initiation behind him as well. Trying to not to let Forrest get away. Forrest kind of misses that touch and go, but just like Justin, he's super close to that first outer zone. Little bit of separation here, as you can see JTP trying to manage his way through that smoke cloud. And on this last inside clip, Justin trying to dive in here on the inside, get through without losing drift. And there you go. There's that white plume of smoke that we are all looking into as they get around that last inside clip.
Who said that? I can't see, Ryan. I can't see. Oh, there you are. All right, the smoke is cleared here on the streets of Long Beach. So now we have digested alongside the 3 judges the 2 runs alongside the smoke we have ingested, capturing the last lap of every race, as we are now going to see the outcome. Either goes driver A, Justin Pollock, driver B, Forrest Wang, or if the judges are indecisive and it's equally matched, they'll ask them to go one more time. So, do we have a winner? Who's cheering for Justin Pollock in that Ford Mustang? Who out there is cheering for the Vapetasia, the emerald green S chassis of Forrest Wang? All right, the needle going off the decibels, I'd have to say, is going, the needle's going towards Forrest Wang as we are awaiting the outcome here. And we are waiting for the judges' outcome. The next battle, again, will be Trenton Beecham versus George K in that 370Z, excuse me. We call it 370G if you want. He is George. G'd up from the feet up. And here we go. Slide him left for Forrest Wang, right for Justin Pollock. There are 3 judges, Ryan, Andy, and Brian. Again, Forrest Wang on the left, Pollock on the right. Slide him left or right for the outcome. And there's a one more time from Brian. Again, majority rules. One more time from one of the judges. All right, so we are hearing from the judges. It is a one more time. They are going at it again. All right, our next pair is on the start line. And I am seeing Trenton Beecham. I'm seeing him, but barely could see him. His headlights are in the lead lane. Beecham will lead from Chatsworth, California, here in that Ford Mustang, the Battleship Gray with the camo, against George K from Las Vegas in that Link Nissan 370Z. George K kicked off our practice session by going into the tire wall. Hopefully he keeps it out. That's not where he wants to find himself or end up. A big gap here, disparity for George K. Trenton Beecham gets out to the touch and go. George K shimmering and not having a great line here from George K. George K goes into the wall and sheds some bumpers and takes some banners here as a bit of a souvenir. And I talked about George going into the wall, and there he does it again. Ryan, let's take a look at this again.
Yeah, you can see Trenton Beecham gets out of the gate pretty quick here, establishes a gap. Now, George is going to try to play catch-up here, but watch, he's going to straighten out right there. Now, the run should be over for George, so I'm not sure, you know, why he reinitiated and want to continue on. Now, we're following Trenton all the way through to the finish line here, but right out of the picture, George is going to make contact with the wall over there and take out one of the signs, maybe cause some damage to his vehicle. We'll see if we have another clip of it, but as you can see, Trenton gets out to a good start. Blast through that touch and go area. That's right there is where George initially gets to that incomplete. So the run for him should be over, but Trenton does need to finish the run because he has an unimpeded path. And then George making some contact with the wall, and unfortunately for him, he will have a incomplete on this first run, and whether or not he chooses to go for the second run, he will let us know, and will determine the fate of the battle.
All right, so George K steps outside of his vehicle. Unfortunate turn of events for him as the safety crew checking out his vehicle. We'll see if he's able to get it back together. But truth be told, Trenton Beecham's run on that first outer zone under the bridge definitely wasn't textbook. He was off that first front clip for quite a distance. We'll see if George K can get his car back together, but that might just be enough for Beecham if George can't get his car back together. So again, we have the one more time between our first two competitors, Pollock and Wang. We'll get George K off the course. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we will get George K's vehicle off the track and continue with the Motegi Racing Super Drift Challenge. All right, we are back. The lights are on. The temperature dropped, but it's still a beautiful evening here on the streets of Long Beach. I'm talking to not only you here in the stands. Obviously, you're experiencing it, but I'm talking to those around the globe. We are live on FormulaD.com around the globe. For those drifting fans tuning in, I am Jared Dienda. With me by my side is Ryan Sage. And again, we are finding out that this is Trent Beecham, George K., who just went to the, whoa, Trent almost getting loose there as well. So this is a buy run. Beecham damn near killed him. As Beecham around that final clipping point, that will be his advancement into the Final Four. So Trenton Beecham in that Ford Mustang might find himself going against the other Mustang of Justin Pollock. It'll be Pollock versus Wang on that one more time battle. And just so you know, we have the Final Four, and then on either side of the bracket, and we do not have a third place battle, just goes to finals, as both the third and fourth place drivers do not have a consolation round for that third place. So you can see the lights illuminating the smoke here. We got the Falcon Tire Ford Mustang of Justin Pollock, aka JTP, will be leading on this one more time battle. The judges decided to go one more time. No decisive winner. Forrest Wang will be chasing him down. Justin Pollock in that Ford Mustang, one of 4 pro vehicles out here in competition. The Motegi Racing Super Jet Challenge. Great transition there by Pollock. Forrest Wang in tow. Now approaching that fall. You cannot even see Forrest Wang, but he still keeps his composure. This place is smoked out. Look at that. You can't even see the track.
Well, pretty similar run to the first battle, Jared. We see Justin come out, still having a little bit of trouble with that touch and go. Let's take a look at here from initiation. You can see Justin and Forrest, nice initiation, close together here. Justin just missing that touch and go, but much better job on that first outer zone. Forrest keeping pretty close to Justin here. I think Justin had a nice line out front, but Forrest is not letting him get away, and then keeping the pressure on around that last inside clip. So now we'll switch things up. Forrest will go to the lead. Justin will chase him down. Similar start to the last battle that resulted in the one more time.
All right, they make their way back up to the start line. How is Forrest Wang going to hang out front? Justin Pollock. Join the conversation at Formula D on social media, and Toyota GPLB, Toyota Grand Prix Long Beach, as well as at Motegi Racing. Again, $25,000 purse overall for both days. Who's going to come out the richest man here this weekend? Forrest Wang pulls to the start line. He will lead. Justin Pollock will give chase. Are we going to have a winner, or are they going to go one more time? The winner goes against Trenton Beecham on this side of the bracket. And send it. Here we go. Wang, clean start. Wang initiates. Justin Pollock right there. Throws a bit more angle at it than Wang. Wang gets all the way out to that touch and go. Now transitioning into the outside zone. Wang gets out there. Justin Pollock having some compromise here in the chase position around that final clip. Justin Pollock, Forrest Wang running over that final clip. Good composure there from Justin Pollock. Well, let's take a look at this again.
Well, this time it was Forrest Wang doing an excellent job on the touch and go, and then maybe not as good of a job on that first outer zone. See, right up there against the touch and go. Pretty good job on that first outer zone, so solid lead run overall. Justin through the smoke line here. Watch as they come through. You'll see diving in right here on that last inside, pretty close. I mean, from that perspective.
Barely looks like a ghosted image of him.
Up here we can see it a little bit better, but on that camera it's pretty much a no-go. But nice battle once again, very close between those two guys. And certainly the under the light conditions, much different than the daytime conditions.
Such a factor. Again, last weekend, round 1 of the Formula Drift Championship, it was all during the day. No lights were utilized. So the other factor is when the lights hit the smoke, it just illuminates it and you go smoke blind. Do we have a winner? What do you guys think? Do we have a winner? Is it Justin Pollock in the Ford Mustang? Or is it Forrest Wang in that green S14 240SX? Again, that decibel meter going towards Forrest Wang. Slide him left for Wang, right for Justin Pollock. Ryan says Forrest Wang. Andy says Forrest Wang unanimously gets the win. So Forrest Wang advances on into the Final Four. He'll go against Trenton Beecham on that side of the bracket. So here's Long Beach's own Kyle the Menace Mohan. American Ethanol, Nexen Tires, Top One, Oil, Mazda Tricks, MX-5. Earlier in practice, seems like he was having a little bit of issues there. Hopefully he works it out. Where are my Rotary fans at? Quite a few Wankel heads out there. He's going to have some stiff competition as he goes against Alex Hilbrun. He is in his pro vehicle. He is in what he calls the Monster BMW. No affiliation with the energy drink, but the Monster BMW because he's running a supercharged V8 under the hood of that BMW. Alex Hilbrun gained a lot of notoriety when he competed in Pro 2, which is basically the step below the pro competition. He was dominant, winning every round of competition. He's on Nitto tires. He operates the Inca Madness Racing, as he is an Inca warrior as well, being from Lima, Peru. Mohan waits patiently on the line. And Mohan, Hilbrun, our next battle. We already have two drivers in the Final Four, Wang versus Beecham. And now, who's going to advance on to the Final Four, Mohan or Hilbrun? And here we go, Mohan, Hilbrun. Mohan, a wide swing there. Does not get all the way out to the touch and go. Middle of the road for Mohan. Stomping on the go fast pedal. Hilbrun transitions into that final clip. Almost getting into the door of that Mazda MX-5. Ryan Sage, what say you? Let's take a look at this again.
Well, like you said, Jared, almost making contact with that last inside clip. Kyle Mohan went a little bit wide there, and Hilbrun played it really smart by not getting too tight on that inside. You can see here, Kyle really cutting the line, going through the center there. Alex trying to make some adjustments here as he chases Kyle down. Now watch, Kyle's going to go really deep into this last inside clip, and then just wrapping around is Alex, who sees Kyle coming back in, kind of really late apexing that thing, but going a little bit long there, and nice job avoiding contact. So now they'll switch things up. Alex will go to the lead position, and Kyle Mohan will chase him down.
Kyle Mohan slowly making his way back to the start line. Maybe having some issues trying to dissect what's going on. If they were to want hands on the vehicle and pop the hood, that would be utilizing a competition timeout. They only have a 5-minute allotment to address whatever concerns or problems they have in order to advance on into competition. Right now, Hilbrun, barely see him, just seeing the headlights just glowing there on the start line. All right, Hilbrun will be leading, Mohan giving chase. Again, the criteria, the three judges digesting both runs, no point allotment or incremental numbers. It's all about advantage or disadvantage, and that is not addressed until both runs are completed. Hilbrun initiates in that Inca Madness Racing Nitto Tire BMW, get all the way out to the touch and go. Plumes of smoke coming off the back. Kyle Mohan now diving in. Getting out to that outer zone, now transitioning into that final clip. Hilbrun wraps it around. Ryan, as you said, lead run versus lead run, chase run versus chase run.
Yeah, and who did better overall. And you can see Alex gets a great start here. Kyle trying to keep close to Alex through this first corner, but watch Alex, really nice job on that touch and go, then smooth transition back around to that first outer zone. You can see it's a much different lead run than Kyle's. Now Kyle's putting up a good fight here, but I think Alex is too strong on his lead run here, and Kyle did have some problems on his lead run, while Alex, really kept close to him and tried to make sure that he wasn't getting himself into trouble. So the judges now have both runs to digest, and it's either driver A, driver B, or one more time.
All right, so the judges are tabulating the scores and the outcomes of the verdict. Hilbrun and Mohan. Hilbrun versus Mohan. Slide him left for Hilbrun, right for Mohan. Again, the BMW on the left, the MX-5 on the right. Ryan says Alex Hilbrun. Andy says Alex Hilbrun advances on as Kyle Mohan is knocked out. Hilbrun and the BMW advances on into the Final Four. So Hilbrun in the V8 supercharged BMW finds himself in the Final Four. Next up, it's Honadel versus Peter Vincek. This should be a fun one to watch. Honadel, he is in that Permatex Nexen tires S14. He's from Destin, Florida, a former jet ski champion. Now switched gears and headed for dry land. He's been competing in Formula Drift for a few years. Again, supercharged V8 under the hood of his Nissan 240SX. And now Peter Vincek will warm up his Falcon tires underneath his Ward-House Drift team. S15 Sylvia coming to us from Poland. He got third place last weekend. His best finish on his rookie season last year. What a way to end the season. He got the win at Irwindale, California, not too far from here. Capping off a very successful debut of the Ward-House Drift team. Him and his teammate James Dean, the Machine. James the Machine Dean from Ireland, winning the championship last year. He's a defending champion, almost an identical looking vehicle. Won the championship last year. He's here to defend his crown in the 2018 season. As Peter Vincek pulls to the start line, it'll be Honadel versus Vincek. All right, here we go. Honadel out front. He is in the green car. Vincek, Peter Vincek in the white, red, and blue. Peter, wow, look at Honadel using all the course. Slaps the bumper, and Peter Vincek passes him. Man, Honadel was going for the gusto under the bridge. Taps his bumper. Ryan, let's take a look at this again.
Now, this was the start of an amazing lead and follow. Look at this follow here by Peter Vincek. Right out of the gate, not letting Alec get away at all. Ooh. And then just, you can see Alec
push a little
coming across, just a little bit pushed, a little bit smoked it coming across, and then tapped the wall. Now, at that point, it's a good job by Peter to avoid contact with Alec. And unfortunately, we were looking for an amazing battle. Look at Alec get out to that touch and go. Now, right here, he doesn't really put the angle in the car that he needs to wrap through that first outer zone, makes contact there. He has to shut it down.
They're going for it. Make some noise for him, Long Beach. They're putting on a show for you.
But Jared, that was the start of what was going to be an amazing battle. Just that tiny little mistake from Alec out front, forcing him into the wall. But you could see how he got out to that touch and go. And then from Peter's side, just absolutely white on rice all the way through until they made contact with that wall. So great job by both competitors. Unfortunately for Alec, sustained a little damage here. He will have an incomplete, and it will be an advantage to Peter Vincek.
All right, so Alec Honadel going for it, taps the bumper. Fortunately for him, they do make him modular. How hard the hit is, we'll have to see. Again, this is his pro vehicle. Not next week, but in 2 weeks, we will be at Orlando Speed World, essentially his home track or home state track. Here we go. Peter Vincek with an advantage after Alec Honadel tapping the wall under the bridge. Peter Vincek, as I said, out front with this advantage. Gets out to the touch and go. That's how you want to do it. Peter Vincek grabbing third place last weekend. How's he going to fare this weekend? Big angle from Vincek. Honadel not backing down. Shaken, not stirred, Mr. Bond. Woo! Make some noise for him, Long Beach.
That's what we would have expected if run one played out just a tiny bit differently. Great job by both guys. Alec really starting off strong here. Try not to let Peter get away, but you can see Peter just absolutely perfect out front. Now Alec is really going to start coming through that smoke line, closing the door here, and then both drivers just door to door through that last inside clip. But unfortunately for Alec, because of that mistake in run number one, it's going to be an incomplete, and the victory will be going to Peter Vincek.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, what a bummer. That was the making of a great battle there, Vincek and Honadel. So our Final Four is potentially set unofficially. Already in, Forrest Wang, Trenton Beecham, Alex Hilbrun, and now slide him left for Peter Vincic or right for Alec Honadell. And there it is. It's official. Peter Vincic advances on. So we got Forrest Wang in that Vape-Tasia Achilles tire S chassis going against Trenton Beecham in that Ford Mustang. And then on the other side, Alex Hilbrun in the BMW going against Peter Vincic in that Wordhouse Drift Team vehicle that just found himself All right, so there's Trenton Beecham making his way to the start line. Trenton Beecham seemed like he was having some issues himself, even on that buy run. He had the track all to himself. Seemed like when he went to step out, he was having some issues. And this should be of interest and concern, to be quite honest, to Forrest Wang, because as it was randomized, we still gave them qualifying orders. That's not how they qualified, but essentially drawing straws, that they say, for lack of a better term. Forrest Wang pulled the number 8 straw, and Beecham pulled 4. So with Beecham out front, because he has a lower qualifying number, Forrest Wang's going to have to chase him down. So with Wang and Beecham having minimal track time going against each other, Forrest Wang's going to be a little precautious here in this scenario. The streets of Long Beach are lit up here, the signature backdrop and skyline. Playing host once again to IndyCar, Pirelli World Challenge, IMSA, Stadium Super Trucks, and for quite some time here, Formula Drift. And the eyes are on the prize. Who is going to the finals, Wang or Beecham? And here we go, Beecham out front. Like I said, you have to assume Wang's going to be a little tentative here on initiation, allowing himself a bit of distance. But look at Beecham, throws it out, goes out swinging. But Forrest Wang hangs out in that Nexon tire smoke around that final clip. It seemed that Wang was just giving himself enough of a buffer to show that he can mimic the angle, but didn't have quite the chase that we saw from Peter Vincic, but I think that's by design.
Yeah, I think Forrest played a pretty smart game here. Out of the gate, he gave him a little bit of room to establish where he was going to go. You can see Beecham goes out to that touch and go, but as soon as he doesn't go across, Forrest attacks. He sees what line that Beecham is on, keeps the pressure on right here. He backs off for a second as he tries to make some adjustments. Beecham out front does a pretty decent job. He did not hit that first outer zone, so now they'll switch things up. Forrest Wang will go to the lead position, and Trenton Beecham will chase him down.
You have to think that Forrest Wang is going to really just throw down a styly, big angle, smoky run, which he's definitely known for. But with that chase run,